Is it possible to have too much Sephiroth? I'm sure there are many people out there who would say of course not, and who are fully paid up members of the Silver Elite fan club. However, I'm not so sure. As much as I enjoyed the battle against him in Final Fantasy VII Remake, I also think that, by making him the final boss in the first game of the trilogy, it's created something of a problem regarding what will be the final fight in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. However, before I carry on, just a heads up for anyone who hasn't played Final Fantasy VII, but is planning to play Rebirth, this video will contain some spoilers. Now, why could it be a problem if we fight Sephiroth in Rebirth? In my view, the issue is that, if he's going to be the final battle in the upcoming game, it potentially lessens the impact of facing him yet again in the third and final game of the Remake trilogy. Of course, we have no idea how things are going to play out overall. There are so many theories out there about where Final Fantasy VII's story is heading, that it's difficult to keep track of them all. Why is Zack alive? Are there multiple timelines? Is the real Tifa dead? And so on and so forth. As such, having Sephiroth as the final boss again in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth might not be so much of a problem, if it turns out that the final game is going to end with a different big bad that we weren't expecting, compared to the original Final Fantasy VII, which again has been suggested by some people. Now, I'm not saying that I think that will actually be the case. Even taking into account theories, story changes, timelines and all the rest of it, I still expect that we will end up facing off against safer Sephiroth for the finale of the third game. But will it really have the same impact if we've already faced him at the end of the two games leading up to it? One of the reasons why the final confrontations with Sephiroth in the original game are so iconic is because we hadn't even fought him up until that point. Everything that came before was leading up to those battles, and the chance to defeat him for good. Or at least we thought it was going to be for good at the time. If we'd already fought against him multiple times before the finale, would those final fights be so memorable and have had such a lasting impact? Personally, I doubt it. Of course, you could make the argument that it doesn't really matter as much now anyway. We've seen Cloud and Sephiroth face off against one another numerous times over the years since Final Fantasy VII, be it in Advent Children, Kingdom Hearts, Super Smash Bros. And more besides, so what difference does one more battle make? Anyway, please do let me know in the comments whether or not you think it's a problem if Final Fantasy VII Rebirth concludes with another confrontation with Sephiroth. Do you think that lessens the impact of facing him again in the third part of the trilogy? Or are you more than happy to face the one-winged angel once again? Drop your thoughts below. Also, if you liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up as well. And why not subscribe as well if you aren't already? Until next time, thanks for watching.